So we tend to attract personnel who want responsibility to own and solve problems and ultimately to lead highly professional personnel very early on in their career.
Alright y'all, welcome back to Combat Arms Channel. Okay, so we're finishing up our coverage of the Canadian Navy's Naval Tactical Operations Group. So we saw the first three parts. We got to see how they do their stuff on the shooting range. We got to see a little bit as far as how they do their medical training. And then we got an introduction into their maritime operations. So we have two more parts left in this 5-part series. So this episode is called, What Does It Take to Be an NTOG Operator? I'm not sure if you say NTOG or NTOG, but yeah, so what does it take to be an NTOG operator? So of course, before we get into the video, if you guys haven't checked out all that good stuff in the video description, I have a Patreon if you guys want to support the channel that way. I have merch if you guys want to check out some of the cool designs. Again, I have, you can get mugs, you can get shirts, whatever you want. I like that website because you can pretty much choose the design and then you can choose whatever you want to put it on. Some pretty good stuff down there. And then of course, you can check out the Discord server. A lot of cool people in there, so feel free to do that. But let us get into this, episode 4 of 5. What does it take to be an NTOG operator? Again, their kit is very aesthetic. And maritime operations is always going to be pretty aesthetic stuff. Especially when you start bringing in the rappelling and whatnot. Alright, so we got...
We act as a center of excellence for training boarding parties, evolving team tactics, techniques, and procedures, and reinforcing the RCN's culture of mission and operational planning.
To describe our naval tactical operators, generally speaking, our operators, they're highly dedicated, quiet professionals.
He's got a nice jawline.
They're driven to tirelessly pursue excellence.
I've deployed on operations 3 times. That's taken me to the Mediterranean, the Black Sea, through the Caribbean, as well as to the North Sea.
I've never had anyone actually say Caribbean. Okay. So I'm not sure what kind of operations these guys actually get into. That's a big thing I never even considered is what their jurisdiction is. These guys are very reminiscent of our Coast Guard's MSRT, the Maritime Security Response Team, and generally their jurisdiction doesn't take them outside, like the U.S. waters. It does sometimes, of course, but not generally speaking. So I'm not sure where these guys go. He said, he's gone to the Mediterranean Operation Reassurance. So if you guys have any information on Operation Reassurance or, what kind of operations these guys do, feel free to throw it down in the comment section. Because, yeah, he went to the Mediterranean, the Black Sea, the Caribbean. So, okay, so pretty cool. I didn't know they got to go that far.
So the job, fresh out of training, you'll become a operator in a team. And from there, your job is to train, become proficient, as well as respond to any mission or training assistance visit that you may need to respond to.
Oh yeah.
It's really interesting when you look at all the personnel in the Naval Tactical Operations Group. There's no real set type. Our personnel truly represent the diversity within the Royal Canadian Navy.
Okay. That's kind of interesting that he says that, because in a lot of...
you really need to take a good look at yourself and be realistic. And just know that it's very physical and very mentally challenging.
For sure. I do like their cool little Jacob's ladder thing there. I've seen our Marine Recon guys use that same thing. Well, a very similar thing.
So we tend to attract personnel who want responsibility to own and solve problems and ultimately to lead highly professional personnel very early on in their careers.
Man, that just looks like so much fun. Okay. I hope they get some hand-to-hand combat training. Wow, they're getting pretty hands-on with that guy. So it's kind of interesting how he was saying there's no like one personality type, because I don't know, generally with groups like this, there is a pretty distinct personality. I've seen, with like Green Berets, Rangers, they're really like laid back, generally chill people whenever they're not like doing their job. Whenever they don't need to be violent, they're generally pretty laid back. So that's pretty interesting. And even like on my CQB team, there was a general personality. Of course, people are going to be slightly different, but I think when you have like these teams, especially if it has like a selection or whatnot, you have a pretty small group of people that would actually go and try out for that. So generally speaking, they're going to be pretty like-minded, but I can understand how the personalities are going to, you know, be slightly different. Especially in the US, people come from all over the place. So okay, so this last part is called getting your NTOG patch. Okay, so I guess like whenever you're going through the training, that's what you're going for, is your patch. And that is very, very similar to what we did in the recapture tactics team as well. Because you have your tryouts, you go through CQB school. If you pass that, you go through another tryout, and whenever you pass that, you get your patch. You get your RTT patch that you put on your flight suit. So this is pretty cool. It seems very reminiscent for stuff that I did. So let's check this out. I just let the intro roll. It's pretty cool to see this stuff over and over. I don't know what that dude is, the fist bumping. That's some stuff you'd see in Jersey in the club or something.
While Canada remains amongst the safest and most secure countries in the world, the international landscape, it's shifting under tremendous pressure. The current security environment presents a variety of threats, and many of which transcend national borders. Our personnel truly represent the diversity within the Royal Canadian Navy, whether it's stature, gender, language, or culture. Since our inception, we've deployed a team every 6 months with Royal Canadian ships on operational deployments around the world.
Okay, so they go on ships with the Navy. That makes sense.
So look into the future for the Naval Tactical Operations Group.
The NTOG will stand ready to support the RCN and the Canadian Armed Forces in progressing Canada's contributions to a more stable, peaceful world.
Ultimately,
he talks very much like an officer. Like he's probably said that exact stuff a million times, so it's pretty funny to hear it, like just getting droned out like that. This is pretty cool though. I do like how they're showing like the B-roll, and they're going to start talking about like the future of what these guys are actually going into, but we get a little bit more information as to how they actually deploy. So it seems like they're very similar to our VBSS, our Visit Board Search and Seizure teams, and that's generally a team you'd have on a ship in case you need to go do some like, you know, smaller maritime stuff. Definitely not stuff that these guys are doing, but like small boat operations where you need to potentially go to a different ship and board it. So it seems more akin to that, maybe like our Marine Recon, since they're also on the ship, than our Coast Guard MSRT.
The Naval Tactical Operations Group will continue to evolve its technical and training overmatch capabilities.
Okay, the final exercise, oh yeah.
I'm the master of the ship, Cavender, Arthur. Clear.
Who are these 2 extra personnel that were not part of your crew?
Hey, need a man? Need a man.
The final exercises are always fun. They always pull out some crazy stuff. Alright, now it's doing a little wrap-up montage. Them boxing. What's that? You trying to clothesline him? Nice.
Morning, Hammerhead. How you doing?
Good, sir.
There we go.
Congratulations. You have all successfully completed this course. You're a high-tempo, high-demand, high-quality asset. You represent the cutting edge of where the Canadian Navy is in terms of what we do for boarding, MIO, force protection. You've just completed a very challenging 4.5-month course, and you've completed it exceptionally well. So congratulations. Well done.
4.5 months. Very cool. That's a cool patch too, not gonna lie. Okay. I do like how you have these like operators standing in the background. The guys who have probably been doing it for a little bit longer, maybe some of the instructors just standing there. Okay, so that's a pretty cool little ceremony. It's cool that they're doing it. Looks like they're doing it on a ship. And you'll see different units do this kind of stuff where whenever they have like their graduation ceremony, they do it somewhere cool, or they'll sort of follow a tradition. Like my team, we did our patching ceremony a certain way, so this is pretty cool to see. Again, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I've been trying to get to this unit for a very long time now, and this is just awesome. It's nice when you have like, some of these units, it might be harder to find some good videos on, but this is a pretty good little series that sort of wraps everything up. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Of course, if you have any experience with the Naval Tactical Operations Group, feel free to share that down in the comments section if you guys can. It's very cool to hear those personal experiences and get like a, you know, a more personal view of everything. But hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any other recommendations for any Canadian units, feel free to throw it down in the comments section. You guys can probably see I've been getting a lot of love from Canada. So we can see here, Canada's starting to take over the patch wall back here. So it'll be kind of cool to see which country comes out victorious whenever this patch wall is actually complete. But not gonna lie, my money is on Canada right now because, yeah, you guys are awesome for sending that stuff in, so I do appreciate it. But thank you guys for supporting the channel. Again, thank you for the awesome recommendations. Thank you for supporting me with the merch and all that good stuff. I do appreciate it. Again, feel free to check out the Discord so you guys can, talk with some pretty like-minded individuals. But thank you for watching. That's it for this video. I will see you all in the next one.